Rapunzel. Once upon a time, a man and his wife lived in a little cottage beside a forest. They were poor and sometimes they did not have enough to eat. They were going to have a baby soon, so they were very happy. Their neighbor was a strange old woman who never talks to them. In her garden there were lots of vegetables, but she never gave any to the hungry man and his wife. The man and his wife were afraid of the old woman, but they were very hungry one night. The man went into his neighbor's garden to steal some of vegetables. The old woman heard him, opened her door, and shouted, "Who's there?" The man tried to explain to the old woman, "I'm sorry, my wife and I are hungry, so need some vegetable because she's going to have a baby," he says. The old woman smiled curtly. "You can take those vegetables," she says, "and when the baby is born, you must give her to me." The man didn't know what to do. The old woman was threatening him, but he had to help his hungry wife and give her vegetables. She needed good food. Yes, yes, he says to the old woman as he climbs over the wall. The man showed the vegetables to his wife. He told her what the old woman had said. "Don't worry," she told him. "Nobody will take a baby away from its family. She's old. She doesn't want our baby. She just wants to threaten us. She was angry because you were in her garden. Take her vegetable." They ate the delicious vegetables and forgot what the old woman had said. That night, the man dreamed of his new baby. In his dream, he and his wife were playing with the baby. They were all very happy together. In daytime, the dream frightened him. He remembered the old woman. Every day until his baby was born, he worried about what she had said. In the summer, a baby girl was born. The happy parents had forgot about their neighbor until one day there was a loud knock at the door. Knock, knock, knock. It was the old woman. She stole the baby from and ran away. "No, don't take our little baby," the parents cried. It was too late. The old woman took the baby into the forest and her parents never saw their baby again. The old woman called the baby Rapunzel. When Rapunzel grew up, the old woman locked her in a tall tower in the middle of the forest. Every day the old woman came to bring her food. "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair," she called. Rapunzel let down her hair for the old woman to climb up. Every day was the same, and Rapunzel became very unhappy. She was a prisoner in the tower. One day in the forest, a handsome young prince was passing by on his big black horse. He heard an old woman call, "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair." He saw a beautiful young woman let down her long golden hair for the old woman to climb up. What a lovely girl, but she looked so sad, he thought. He waited until the old woman had gone away before going near the tower. "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair," he called. "Who are you?" asked Rapunzel. "I'm a prince," he answered. "Please let down your hair so I can come up and talk to you." He looked kind, so Rapunzel let down her hair and the prince climbed up into the tower. "Why are you a prisoner in this tower?" he asked her. "I don't know," said Rapunzel. "The old woman kept me here. I'm so lonely." The prince visited Rapunzel every evening and she became happier and happier. Rapunzel fell in love with the kind, gentle prince and he quickly fell in love with her too. Every evening they talked and laughed together and he taught her stories about his palace. "Please take me away from here," Rapunzel asked him. So they made a plan. Tomorrow I will bring a rope and you can climb down and escape, said the prince. But the old woman was listening. She wanted to know why Rapunzel was happy and so came into the tower without a door at the bottom and his hide there. Now she was angry. After the prince had left, she cut off Rapunzel's hair and locked her in a room up at the bottom of the tower. You horrible girl, she shouted at Rapunzel. You want to escape from me. You will never escape, never. The old woman tricked the prince. She took Rapunzel's hair to the window and waited for the prince to come. Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair, he called, and the old woman let down Rapunzel's hair for the prince to climb on. When he got to the top, the old woman let go of her hair. "Ah!" the prince cried, fell down into a thorns bush at the bottom of the tower. The prince was badly hurt. His leg was cut, his arm was cut, and he did not move for bush. He just lay in the snow. Everything was dark. He could not see anything. He was blind. "Help, help!" cried the prince, but nobody helped him. The old woman was take Rapunzel away, far, far away from her prince. He was left alone, lost in the forest in the middle of the winter without his Rapunzel. The winter passed and the spring came. The prince found the way out of the forest, but he could not find Rapunzel. He went everywhere, called for her. He walked and walked, and he called and called. "Rapunzel, my Rapunzel, where are you?" He did not look like a prince now. His clothes were thorns and his hair was wrong. Meanwhile, Rapunzel had managed to escape from the old woman and started looking for her prince. One day, he heard the sound of a sad love song. Rapunzel has struck this song every day since she started looking for her prince. "Rapunzel, my Rapunzel, where are you?" he cried. Rapunzel ran to him, cried as he held him in her arm. "Oh, I love you," she says, as her tears fell on his eyes. They opened and he could see him again. "Rapunzel, my Rapunzel, I have found you at last." The prince took Rapunzel far away from the forest and the tower to his beautiful palace. He promised to go and find her mother and father right away. He asked her, "Will you marry me?" She was so happy. "Oh yes," she says. He soon found her parents and they were all very happy to be together again. In summer, they got married. They lived happily ever after. The end.